friends. It's about to go down, baby. Yeah. Round and around and around. Yeah. When love goes around, it comes around. It comes around. Can't stop it. When love goes around, oh, it comes around. Here it goes. Yeah. DJ Toy. DJ Toy. It's about to go down. Pull up a chair, the family's here. Voices are warm, the vibe is clear. Love, yeah. Love goes around. Ooh, DJ Torch and friends, it's about to go down. Yeah. It's about to go down. Yeah. Laughter and truth, a gentle sound. Hearts open wide when the love goes round. About to go down. Love goes around, it lifts, it flows. Love goes around and everybody knows. Love goes around from me to you. Love goes around, it always comes through. Yeah, yeah. We share, we laugh, we grow. Respect the space. Love goes around. That's our cue. It's not a party without you, without you, without you, without you.
Mic check.
DJ Torch and friends, round and round it goes, love goes around.
Yes, yes.
Goes around. Round and round it goes.
All right, it's DJ Torch on the 1 and 2. We're about to get this show started. Give me 1 second. 1 second to line this mug up. All right. Chisa, tell us a little something about what's going on with Clay and Megan right now. Here we go.
Do y'all see this right here? Baby, this isn't homework. This is Klay Thompson's cheating diary. Y'all, I'm actually at a loss for words. And y'all know that never, ever, ever happens. Megan Thee Stallion was out here rebranding, leveling up, thriving, while Klay is out here living like he's in 10th grade.
I mean, I would have never thought. Take Clay the hoe. You got to call it like you call it. I'm a Clay. You know, I'm a Klay Thompson fan, but Clay, you hoeing, man. You hoeing. What's up?
Talking about a grown 36-year-old man who kept a literal diary of his cheating addiction. And yes, we had the whole diary. We're going to read some of the juicy excerpts. I know. Oh, side note, this is one of the reasons why I have trust issues. Now I'm right. It's down because this is my worst nightmare. But nevertheless, it must be done. Y'all, people are saying that Megan actually found out Klay was cheating through his diary. And we have excerpts.
I mean, that's about as clean as it gets. Because what? He's writing a book. You know, what kind of reply does he have when he can look, when Megan can look and see the dates of the times that he was cheating, you know? We're not going to be on Klay and Megan for a whole long time. So, because we got so much other stuff going on. So that makes Klay and Megan look like a very light situation, but here we go.
From Klay actually admitting him cheating in his diary. You guys, this isn't just messy. This is the most shockingly corny, high school level cringe that I've seen literally in the league. Imagine being a multi-millionaire athlete and you're logging your fumbles in a literal black composition book like it's a 10th grade science project. Maybe today we're reading the fine print on what we can say is, I think, the dumbest man in NBA history. Okay,
Oh
now
man.
let's get into this. Oh
Okay,
my
let's go.
God. Okay, you guys, I want to clarify. We aren't talking about a digital
So I
film.
mean, the fact that he made a book, I mean, he has a cheating book. That's pretty narcissistic right there, if you ask me. But let's keep it going.
Charles, we aren't talking about DMs. We are talking about a physical marble print cheating diary at Clay Aiken's big age. You have millions in the bank, but you're keeping a log of your own mess like you're trying to pass a midterm. You guys, let's get into, what do we call this? The Composition Chronicles, literally a black composition book. Because right now, oh my God, the way Clay just exposed himself is the weirdest thing I've seen all along. Okay, now let's get into the entries. Now, just to be clear, Clay was exposed for cheating on all his girlfriends. He even claimed to have a Smex addiction. Okay, now the
Okay, I heard that a family member told me that she put, as she puts it, he likes the ladies, but I didn't know it was to the point where he was just using women. Basically, that's what he was doing.
let's get into the entries. Megan, people are saying, actually found his entry because he's still journaling. And that's how everything evolved so quickly. They are saying it was with a WNBA star. I did a video about that. Please go check it out. But let's look about at the entries that the ex-girlfriend actually submitted to a popular sports blog in Clay's writing and see what this man has to say. Look at the entry from Wednesday, April 14th. Now, this is 2018. The ex has actually given this information. This is Comrade Indianapolis. Hold on, we building. Yo, I'm roughly 28.2 years old in my 7th professional season as a hooper. Currently, I'm in a very reflective state of mind while extremely grateful in any of my reflections. My iPhone photo, video, music library is what it is. Activated these memories, and already 2018 is full of so many sheet since I've been in the league. Okay, right? Wholesome, kind of cringe, corny. Exactly what we would expect from Clay, but things get darker. Another entry, already on the brink of all-star break in the midst of winter. I can't believe it. So much to look forward to this upcoming weekend. It can be overwhelming. I do not know what I look forward to the most.
Dang.
Is it the potential gunfire from a three-point or potential debaucherous activities that follow? A balance of work and play must be struck this weekend. I want my best performances while living my best life. How do I attain this elusive balance? There must be some.
Clay, Clay, cheating on women, you're not living your best life. Look at the late KS. He ain't living his best life, is he?
Sacrifices no matter what, how big or little. Hoop first and foremost. HOE, hoop over everything. I'm a hoe, and this weekend for sure. You couldn't have even dreamt this up. All-Star Weekend is being held in the beautiful City of Angels in a building I was so lucky to frequent as an adolescent, Staples Center. Now, mind you, all this was written while he was in a committed relationship with somebody that thought they were going to actually marry them. Let's keep going. But by now, Clay is descending into hell in a handbasket. In one journal entry, another one he writes, had to switch up pens. The black Chinese smooth marker didn't lay too good on this paper. Anyways, where was I? Oh, yeah, the lifestyle of my off the court life, particularly my sex life. The most savage, arm scratched at sectors of my lifestyle: promiscuousness, womanizing, misogynistic, self centered, insecure addict. Is this what I am right now? I hope not, but I keep writing about it. Maybe because the experiences are so euphoric and exhilarated. Women at my fingertips in so many cities nationwide.
Wow. He went from like a prototype good man to complete trash in 4K.
Flying above the clouds. Flying above the clouds is one of the greatest
I mean, dude is red pill as fuck.
achievements of mankind. I do it on the regular. Lastly, we are all very well compensated for our talent, productivity, and professionalism. This lifestyle I'm currently living is about to lose some of its energetic input. The energy will go towards bettering my business acumen and other interests.
How did they get the whole diary? How did they, this man's post NBA career is really, because he could have been like a online personality or a commentator or something. This, I don't know now.
As well as exercising my mind. He then, literally, his next entry was about to attempt a blowjob from Ophelia, scratch that, Bledsoe of Indianapolis. Wish me luck. And then he said, an hour a day or every other day, I need to do all this, and I'll get on to do it. Woo! Y'all, listen. First of all, it's absolutely.
I mean, see, this is the thing. If he would have told her this is who he is, if he showed her the diary from the get-go and then like she accepted it, it's one thing. But for him to pull this, oh yeah, let's get married. Oh, I love you so much. I'm going to support you so much crap. And then be thinking like this diary, that's diabolical.
Insane that Clay, whatever his name is out in the streets doing all this mess. Meanwhile, got Megan playing family. But it's even deeper than that, because I do believe Megan's issue was she gave this cheater a chance. If you guys don't know, this is from a 2019 publicized story, okay? This is from the Leaked Journal. And again, he was never diagnosed with a formal sex addiction diagnosis. But in February 2019, one of his ex-girlfriends sent sports gossip alleged diary entries that he had left at her house. This man was as far back as 2019 writing in journals.
Dang. I mean, this isn't, okay, the thing is this, usually journals come from people who have been to therapy, and that the one therapy situation is that you write down how you're feeling that given day or something like this. It sounds like he might have went to therapy and then it backfired like a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Chronicling what his problem was. The content showed him wrestling with his off-court lifestyle, struggles with, and he was literally struggling with balancing his NBA Playboy lifestyle with his business ambitions. This is at the same time when he had monogamous committed girlfriends. And the thing is, he acknowledged he knew his treatment of women was wrong, but said he described being addicted to the euphoric feeling of empowerment. Let me tell you this. I'll say it once. And
let me pause it for a minute. Oh, Sigma, what's up? Hey, bro, look, I'm going over your Coach Adams because he's doing some stupid shit. So you stay tuned because I got something for your boy. I definitely got something for your boy. He's, something? Let me tell you something, Sigma. Adams is worse than Angry Man. Adams says some effed up things about, when he was talking about the young lady who passed away. That was some effed up stuff. You got some sociopaths over there. Hopefully it didn't rub off, but who knows, But I'm going over that motherfucker because he said some messed up shit.
It again. Someday, people will finally believe me when I say most, if not all, NBA and NFL players are narcissists. It's just a matter of degrees.
And that's a good point. I am telling you this. Tisa is cooking. Tisa is cooking. And it's funny because we're going to be going over old Coach Adams here in a few minutes.
It's a matter of degrees. And Megan was basically auditioning to be his wife, doing everything that everybody told her was right. And she did it because she loved him. But
again, remember him being a hoe, that's his own business. But being a hoe and pretending that you're married and shit, that you want to get married and that you're in love and you're a one woman man, that's some diabolical shit to a next level. The only good thing I can say about Clay is at least he didn't. It sounds like he didn't, get abusive. But who knows? She said something about mood swings, and he would have these mood swings, which tells me, quite honestly, that that's a classy way of saying that this guy needs some therapy. He needs therapy. Whatever therapy he got before, it didn't work, and he needs some more.
It's kind of like there is no safe ground. If you marry somebody too quick, right? It's your fault. If you try to take it slow and looked at, like, he named a yacht after her. He bought her a $500,000 Bentley. He bought her a house. His family was around. They were cooking dinner. He was on social media posting her. It was as safe could be. I think that's why it hit so hard. Anyway, right? Again, I'll say it once and I'll say it again. Professional athletes are groomed from a young age, I believe, to be narcissists. Okay?
And
when
hoes.
you've been looked at as a prodigy and then a god from the time you were a child. Think about it. By the time you become a professional athlete, you should and will and probably do have a god complex because you were never denied.
We ain't got no more. Now we know why he would. Now we would know why his play dropped off. Now we see why, because he was too busy being a hoe. Look how much mental effort he put into cheating. And this is a perfect example on why a lot of black men fail. Because if you look at his performance drop, this was one of the best hoopers in the world. But it's not like he's putting in less effort into cheating. He's putting in more effort into cheating. The mental gymnastics you have to play in your own mind and to others takes a toll. And where it took toll is in his play. Watch, he's going to really regret this. In 5 years, when he hits 40, he's going to like, oh man, I blew so many. He's going to be saying to himself, I blew so many chances. That's what he's going to be saying.
Anything, and you were catered and looked up to from a child. Again, they're saying he cheated with a WNBA player, Lexi, who knows? But all I do want to say from this takeaway is, and this is the part that's sending me, this being in a Black composition book, the fact that Megan found, allegedly, right? We'll wait to see what she says, found a Black composition book. That is a tragedy, but also the funniest part. Mind you, Clay is not some fresh out of high school college athlete. He is 36. So he had to be like 30 years old when the first time this happened. Can you imagine what went through his ex's mind when she found that book and started reading it? Y'all.
Man,
Clay is a mess. Listen.
Yeah, yeah. That's the best way to put it, is he's a mess. But I got somebody who's worse than Clay. I got a sociopath that is worse than Clay. This loser right here, in my opinion. Listen to him. Watch this. Here we go.
We're going to do a recap. If y'all don't know, apparently Megan Thee Stallion, all right, they call her Megan Thee Stallion, which I'm going to tell you, man, my own personal preference, I don't see what you see in Megan Thee Stallion.
Of course, you like white women, you dumbass. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. But quite honestly, Meg, there's nothing wrong with Megan. See, this is the funny part, is that these men are the worst men ever. You're looking at one of the worst men ever. But the problem is that there's so many of them. There is so many of them. And they make other worse men worse. They make other men worse as well. So we're going to talk about Sigma's boy right now. Here we go.
See it. Maybe I got to see her in person, but she's not my type. You know what I mean?
And it's funny because everybody knows that he likes vanilla. Didn't he get let me check. Let me give me 1 minute because I thought he got a divorce or something like that. And it was really shitty. And it wasn't to a black woman either. Coach Greg Adams, is he still married? Let's go over this right now. Let's go over this shit right now. Let's see this. Let's see what this coach is teaching. He's okay. Let's see here. It says he's married. Sigma's coach still married. Is he still married or did he get divorced? Because I thought there was something about him getting a divorce. Let's see. None of the wife's name. No, he cleaned the shit up. He cleaned Google out. Look, this is what at least what his thing says. He's divorced. Yeah, I thought so. So he's built around, his public persona is built around being single, avoiding marriage, teaching men to avoid legal entanglements, and I believe that's because he got into a legal entanglement, didn't he? No. You're saying that she tortured him. She tortured him because okay, I'll tell you why. You know, some Sigma, I'm going to agree with you. She probably did torture him. She tortured him by wanting a traditional marriage, and he wanted to be a whore just like Clay. That's what happened. Let's see what he says here. I want to give him his chance. Let me give him his chance. Let me give him his whole flowers. Here we go.
Certain type I like to flow with, you know what I mean? I don't care. You cannot have a lot of cake, but if the face card ain't hitting, I ain't gonna be sweating you like that.
See,
you know what I mean?
There's not anybody. This is how stupid this dude is. Megan is known for being very pretty, but see, he doesn't like African features. And that's his problem. That's how a lot of these black men think. They don't like women. Well, he's ugly himself, but they don't like women who look like them. Generally. Henry Mars in the house. And this is really a pretty good segue. I'll tell you why, Coach, is because he's showing you that he supports debauchery and that he supports, you know, what would you call it? Being a hoe. He's divorced because he wanted to be a male 304. That's why he is divorced. Let me tell you something, Immortal Sigma. He's divorced because he wanted to be a male 304. And it was torture to him to be loyal. That's what happened. We both know that's the truth. I'm not trying to be mean, but that's the truth. Because I remember a long time ago, I said to myself, I kept seeing him complain. He complained a lot, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, Sigma. Did he or did he not complain about his whole marriage and being married and how it was torture and all that kind of stuff? It was the marriage that was torture. She probably just was expecting him to be a real man. But he wasn't a real man. He was teaching men to be like him. And unfortunately, Clay fell into that freaking mix. He's a coach. He's a coach, he's a coach of wholeness. Look, I'm reading his bio online right now. Greg Adams intentionally avoids discussing his personal relationships. Oh, that's great for a coach of teaching men about relationships. That really works out well. A man who's supposed to teach men about relationships avoids his wholeness is so bad that he can't talk about it. He has no good relationships to talk about because he hasn't had any good relationships, just like Kevin Samuels didn't have any good relationships. Just like Anton Daniels doesn't have he has a whole relationship. All of them are hoes. 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 They all hoes. All of the Manosphere dudes are hoes. That's what it's about. All they do is bring up women just a little bit to show you that they portray being loyal or good men, but they're not. But they do that to get to bring in the men that are kind of like on the fringe. Like, should I be good or should I be bad? Should I be good or should I be bad? Should I be good or should I be bad? Should I be good? And then they walk into really, quite honestly, the worst psychological teachers you could have. Let them talk. Here we go.
I mean, the face card ain't hitting like that. Plus, you done put Tory Lanez in jail all lying and ish.
See, number one, Tory Lanez put Tory Lanez in jail. Tory Lanez was a HOE too. Tory Lanez was a notorious gun-swinging mofo, and that's why Tory Lanez is in jail, because if Tory Lanez was such a good guy, then why were there guns in his mother bugging car? That's what put Tory Lanez in jail. She tried to cover. Megan tried to cover for him. Megan tried to cover for Tory at first. Then when the law said, look, we know what he did already. See, the funny thing is that's how ignorant. Let me bring it back to his ugly ass. It's funny that he's talking about the way women look, and he's fucking fugly. But let's keep it going. Let me break something down. See, Megan ignorant idiots will know that they say Megan lied, and she did lie. She lied trying to cover for Tory, not implicate Tory. But when the police were like, look, we see this a million times. We see how your foot's bleeding. We've seen how that foot, how feet with glass bleed, and we've seen how a foot with bullet bleeds. And see, this is what a lot of people don't know about Megan's foot. And I talk about this a little bit a long time ago. Glass does not go super deep in your feet to the bone when you step on it. You have to be literally running or stomping on it for that to happen. That's where they found the fragments. And the fragments weren't glass. So F everybody out there who's trying to say that another monster, Tory the Hoary Lanez, let me put him up for a minute. Tory Lanez is innocent. He's not. He's just another sociopath. Sociopaths protect sociopaths. And that's why Coach Ho Adams is protecting him. See, this is where it is. I mean, this is funny. This is funny. Here, let's keep it going. Coach
put Tory
Ho
Lanez in
Adams.
jail all lying and ish.
Coach
Because-
Ho Adams. He can be sued right now. For saying that Megan lied, he better watch his ass, because see, the thing is this. The fact that under oath she didn't lie, and the courts have it that she didn't lie, better watch it, coach. Better watch it, coach. You better clean it up and say, oh yeah, she lied about him being innocent. You better clean it up, coach. But if you go on oath, coach, and say, oh yeah, no, she lying about Tory, the gunslinger, gun boy, Lanes, you're going to get yourself into trouble, more trouble. And I hope that the young lady that this monster boy was married to,
but I don't see it.
I hope she got everything.
Y'all might see it, but I don't see it. Plus, I'm not a big fan of wigs. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see it.
That's a funny thing, because he's saying you could tell she doesn't have on a wig in this photo. That's all her hair. And I'm not saying it because I'm a fan, but it's just, you could tell. Look at the edges and everything. That's how ignorant I want to. Now, remember now, Coach Greg Adams is about in the middle of the manosphere, as far as being extreme and being, regular. And look how effed up he is. Look how messed up he is. Look how much of a loser he is.
Like, I don't say I wouldn't smash or nothing, but I don't see all the hype. I don't see the hype. He
smashes everything and I guarantee you, if we look at the women that Coach Greg Adams smashes, you'd be like, wow, she looks like a crackhead. Or you'd be like, wow, she looks like she's, had one drug too many. I guarantee you, Sigma, the women that Coach Greg Adams smashes they're no better than the women that you smashed. No better. And we all know what was up with that. Here we go.
But what happens is, and the dynamics of psychology is that when people are like that, people have hope for people that look like them to be successful. And this is another sample because
and it's funny because he doesn't realize that she's a lot more successful than he is. And if he was such a great guy and so talented, he would be starting a chain of Popeyes, but he ain't. And that's the effed up thing about these dudes. And these are the dudes that are teaching monsters like the man who killed like 8 little kids. This is one of their teachers. Let's keep it going.
There's a lot of women that look like Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I mean? Kind of.
Oh yeah, you mean black women that are beautiful? This is like the most anti. That's why it's hilarious to me to see red pill men go in on divesting women when they divesting women. Low self-esteem Negroes like this teaching other low self-esteem Negroes how to be low self-esteem.
Or in the face, but they are 8 in the waist. They got a little cake in the back, and then a lot of women want to root.
Look how I thought he was going to talk about Megan Clay, but it's apparent to me all he wants to do is basically objectify women. This is how these men. He's a coach. He's a dating coach. Look what he's teaching you guys. How to be diabolical, cheating monsters. That's all he has to offer you. How's that turning out? Because if you're watching him and you're not out living a good life, How's that turning out? Not too good, is it? Not too good. Next thing will come out of his mouth is he'll start calling women Keishas and shit like most dumbasses do.
Because they look like her. You know what I mean? They look like her. So if a person can, like
Okay,
her,
that's all. So he's gonna talk that stupid shit. I'm not gonna waste my time with this bozo. You know, but it brings me to show you how evil these men really are. There's something I need to show you. Where is that? Where is that? Okay, it must be over. It must be on the other one. But it's funny because they want to bang non-black women. They have made it their calling cry, the red manosphere or the black manosphere. And then at the same time, they want to roast divestors at the same time. Here we go.
I am here to
5
tell you
pounds.
right now.
I can cook. I can clean. I have all of my teeth except for my wisdom teeth. I can change brakes. So I definitely can change tires. I know how to change my own oil. I can paint walls of houses.
We don't
I
care.
can put them tall things up on the roof.
Look at this ugly dude on the left side of the screen here trying to diss this woman who sounds highly productive. That's how all these motherfuckers are. It's crazy to me. Hey, I can't, you know the rules of everybody thinks that you can just yell out the words fair use and then your shit's covered. And that's not true. So I cannot play, Coach Greg's Adams whole video. I know the rules. Some people don't. I played enough of him. And he's played out. It is crazy to me, though. Let me give me 1 second to line up here. We're gonna play one more Klay Thompson, and then we're getting into the real deal. Here we go.
Think pieces off about Klay Thompson cheating on Megan Thee Stallion, and I've dead ass been on a verge of tears all day. And I know that sounds so crazy, crying for somebody that you don't know personally, but as a young black woman that's incredibly inspired by Megan Thee Stallion and her resilience, just thinking about her life, her parents, the fact she was shot, publicly harassed, like isolated, and thinking about how a man knew all of that and that still was not enough to spare her. Like he still did not take 3 seconds to consider how his actions might hurt somebody who's already been hurt enough in life. And that level of like sadisticness is very hard for my brain to process. And it's like it's men whose wives have
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. That is some diabolical shit Klay did. He would fit into the red pill system just perfectly. It's one thing to be a hoe like he is, but to literally pretend that you're not and that you're monogamous and then be as diabolical hoeing as he is really, that's beyond it.
That level of like sadisticness is very hard for my brain to process. And it's like it's men whose wives have been in the hospital with terminal cancer who have still gone out and cheated, and you know what I mean? Like it's nothing that you could go through as a woman where a man will say enough, like I'm going to spare you, like I'm going to spare you. So I don't know. This shit is like changing my brain chemistry. This ain't something that I didn't already know. I already knew this. It just reminder. I just needed that reminder.
She nailed it. And let me go forward. Let's keep it going.
To see that black male were coming out here and for once they were defending a black woman, aka Megan Thee Stallion, because you guys already know ever since Megan went out here and she seek justice from the 2 feet tall male Tory Lanez that literally tried to take her off of this planet Earth. You guys already know that the lowest hanging fruits of society, in conjunction with the low self-esteem pygmesia black women, they have been calling her all of the name that you guys could imagine. So this is why whenever I see one of these male come out here and they say something positive about any black woman, it really gets me thinking, because that is not necessarily something that I'm not sure about you guys, but personally I'm not really used to seeing. But nonetheless, guys, Klay Thompson has subtly responded to Megan Thee Stallion, saying that he was ultimately cheating on her and she had to deal with all of his different
Oh, I got to hear this.
mood swing. So the dust bucket, just momentarily, you guys are going to see within the comment section that by Klay Thompson going out here deciding that he were going to go live while he was just showing us his scenario, and a lot of dust bucket are saying this is his way of saying that there's plenty of fishes in the sea. Why would he be concerned over one? Nonetheless, guys, as you guys can see here, it says Klay Thompson living his best life following his breakup with Megan Thee Stallion. And like I said, you guys can view here, this was a screenshot that I took of him little Dusty video. But here are the comments that the lowest hanging fruits of society are coming out here and ultimately saying that this is his way of saying that why would he be worried about Megan Thee Stallion? Nonetheless, as you guys can see, the very first dust bucket, Dominique Dusty Thomas, he says, it's plenty of fish in the sea, is what he's saying.
And see, this is the thing. This is what is crazy to me. These dudes want to play both sides of the candle. This is why a lot of people think red pill men only love other men, only can fall in love with other men, because this is some heartless, diabolical shit that you're doing to another human being. I have never heard, did Klay ever talk about cheating on his teammates? No. But he loves to cheat on women. And that's how all these niggas are. That's how all of them are. Let's keep going. Here we go.
To be honest, guys, I'm even surprised that this dust bucket here is able to formulate this sentence to begin with. And actually look at the laughing emoji he has and all of the other dust.
And see, that's the funny thing. Red pill dudes want to be seen as good men. But if you were to listen and to what they describe on what they want or don't want in a situationship, because they're not relationships, it's completely devoid of goodness. If you were to compare what they claim they want and compare it to them being like religious or whatever, it's completely devoid of goodness. That's the best way I can put it, because it doesn't have to be just godliness. You can be a good person and not believe in God. You can be a good person. These men don't want to be good men. They don't want to be good men. So, ladies, you got to understand that these men, if a dude talks that bullshit about you fit, feminine, friendly, submissive, what he's saying is that he's an asshole. That's what he's saying. I can't put it any other way. I got to say it. I'm not going to say it back to back, but I'm going to say it. A-hole. A-hoe. A-ho. Get it? A-ho. A-ho. Remember remember that song? What was the name of it? But Naughty by Nature. Hey, instead of hey ho, it's hey ho. Let me shut up. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Bucket that responded to him. As you guys can see, they ultimately like this comment here, and it also has 170 likes. Obviously, we already know that's another 100.
So I get, we're down to the point where the Cynthia G argument has to be put into the mix. I mean, she's basically saying that there's no good men out there. There are good black men out there. And scientifically, that's impossible. But scientifically, logically, it's quite possible, because look how bad our communities are right now. If black men, if we were such good men, why are our communities so much in disarray that nobody wants to live there, including us? We control the communities, right? We're the leaders of the communities. Look where we're leading. Look what we're leading. Look what we're leading. Our role models are literally male rappers that are, most of which are in some legal trouble sooner or later. Diddy, Young Thug. Ask yourself this: what did Young Thug get? What did he go in? Almost go into jail. He did go into jail for a while, didn't he? Look at all our role models. We chose them, right? I didn't choose them, but you see what I'm saying. Let's keep it going, and then we're going to go to the results of what these men cause.
170 dust buckets of the society. So as you guys can see here, this other commentator said sadness in the eyes, and I laugh. This one here say, Clay, stop the cap. You ready to jump. This one here say, he hurt. He didn't even shave. This one here say, he was not on live like this before he met Meg. Stop playing. This one here say, he gonna cry in the car. This one say, Chess about to be on the floor later tonight.
When or if Clay ends his hoe phase, he is going to be in so much regret that somebody better put him on S-Watch.
This one say, this gonna be you later on tonight.
When he hits like 43, 45, because he can fool himself for another good 7 or 8 years. So when he gets around 40, 43, 45, and people stop talking about him, then it's going to start hitting him a little bit harder. Because he knows what he lost. He knows what he lost. He just doesn't right now. He just doesn't fucking care. But later he's going to fucking care.
As you guys can see, it's just a male within the shower crying his little dusty eyes out. This dust bucket here said, look at all of the emo lodges in the comment talking about he heart behind the eyes. That man just living, dust bucket, y'all wouldn't know, right? Because we already know y'all have absolutely no soul, right? Just like that beautiful commentator here say at the beginning of this video, this male was very much aware of every single thing that Megan Thee Stallion has been through, but he did not care. He couldn't escape him having the same dusty ideology mindset as his self-hating dusty father. This one here is saying, now he finna pop out with a white girl and married her. And this dust bucket here say, he definitely dodged the bullet, bro. the child support drama. Here these lowest hanging fruits of society go talking about child support as if Megan Thee Stallion is in the Megan Thee Stallion. Y'all don't know what it is to take care of anyone, let alone being out here paying child support. So shut the hell up, Dust Bucket. He continued by saying, but he petty for the song. And actually, guys, y'all already know I couldn't necessarily bring the original video on here, but I'm pretty sure at this point, if you guys have been following this story, you guys may be aware of the song choice that he selected. Nonetheless, the Dust Bucket continued by saying, I ain't mad at him. She gonna drop song.
Watch. What I mean, the stuff that he did, he doesn't understand. He did shit that will ruin careers, his own. Because, you know, let's say he wants to be, you know, to take he wants to take, you know, Club Shay Shay's spot because, you know, Shannon, he effed up his life too. They're not going to give it to a notorious cheater. I mean, all of the guys at SportsCenter might be just think like him or be even like what he did. But since it's all out there, his value just dropped. Oh, yeah, let's hire this male ho-ho to be one of our top commentators. All he would attract was more other male ho-hos. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. That's how evil these guys are. I think the point to show tonight is how evil these men really are. When they get this narcissistic, you know, red pill ideology, you know, they start to turn out like, let me break this down here. Let me break it down real quick. Okay, let me play, I need to play just for a minute. Let me remind people on how Kevin Samuel's daughter talked about Kevin Samuel.
I told myself I'm not gonna cry about like me and my dad not having a relationship anymore, but just talking about some of the things that have affected. My dad was physically there, but he was never mentally or emotionally there. And that is an issue within itself. I'm not going to talk about how my dad grew up because I have no idea. Every time I tried to talk to him
This is Kevin Samuel's daughter. He couldn't even spare his daughter. Listen to this shit.
Get him to open up so that I can understand him. He just made jokes. Like I remember a couple of months ago, I was like, Dad, you know, did you ever deal with any traumas growing up like that made you who you are? And he was like, well,
so now she's trying. His own daughter was trying to be a therapist to find out how effed up he is in the head, and this is his answer.
That one time, your Uncle D, he stuck me with a diaper bin when he was changing my diaper when I was like 2. Like he just takes things as jokes. I don't know if it's because as how most men are, they don't like to open up. I don't know. I really don't care because I just feel like what you deal with growing up, you have the ability to decide how you're going to use that. You can use it to hurt people, or you can use it to say, you know what, I don't want to instill that in the people in my life. And you just keep it moving. So I primarily spent a lot of time at my dad's mother's house growing up because my sister didn't like going over there. She hated it. And I loved it because not only did I just absolutely love my grandmother and her husband, but because I was the only one there, I always got the attention there that I did not get at home. So I felt loved. I felt all of that. And I just became really depressed. For 9 years, I dealt with depression. I dealt with
the Kevin Samuel's results. You're hearing it directly from a family member, his own daughter. You're hearing it from his own daughter. Let me keep it going. This is his own daughter. This is how he treated his own daughter. And then you guys think you call him the Godfather. You know what that does? You know what that does? That tells everybody that you are just as sadistic as he was. Here we go.
A lot of anxiety. I used to have panic attacks like in my sleep, waking up, just feeling like I couldn't breathe. And it just was really bad because I had to watch her disintegrate, like literally. She had pancreatic cancer and she died about 2.5 years after she was diagnosed. So it wasn't anything fast. And I think sometimes the slower deaths are just as bad as the fast ones because you literally watch somebody get really, really bad.
He's talking about her grandmother.
I became suicidal because I just felt
Wow. Excellent. What a perfect role model for a father. He's so effed up that he was so effed up, Kevin Samuels, that his daughter was suicidal.
like the one person that I never had to question, their love for me was gone. Yeah, I just always felt like I was second.
She just said the one person that I didn't have to question their love for me was gone. Her grandmother, not her father. Think about it. Think about how messed up it is to have a father so evil you have to run for love to another location.
One of the things that my dad used to do that really bothered me, and he actually laughed about it and said,
Remember, this is Kevin Samuels' daughter speaking right now. Everybody in Red Pill knows it is. Let's keep it going.
today's incident, and basically kind of threw his hands up as if it was like, whatever, like that's what, and he literally said, that's what you're mad about. I remember growing up, he grabbed me by my hair, and in the midst of doing that, threw my head up against the car window.
I thought he was like, let me play that again, because you did hear what you heard. You did hear what you heard.
That's what, and he literally said, that's what you're mad about. I remember growing up, he grabbed me by my hair, and in the midst of doing that, threw my head up against the car window.
He threw his own daughter's head up against a car window. And he's your godfather. And a lot of you, I know some of you who come through here, you see me talk smack about this dude. He ain't no good. He never was no good. Don't get me, oh, why are you going to talk about the dead? Y'all talk about the dead every day. He is one of the most Kevin Samuels' channels are the most popular in Black Manosphere right now. Either because they believe in him or they play his reels all night. So don't even get me started.
And I just remember thinking to myself, what did I do wrong? And you're talking about somebody, I didn't even get whoopings, I didn't get punishment, I didn't get grounded, I didn't get any of that. Because I was like a kid, I had a smart mouth sometimes.
Because evil men treat good kids bad. That's what happened. Young lady, I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're getting all of his money from his channel. I hope you're getting all of his money from his channel. I hope it's enough to repair the damage he did. Kang Samuels. Let's get into it. I'm going to break out some PBM right now. She's going to tell you a little bit about what's going on. Here we go.
Study shows 35% of Black women fall into poverty after divorce. A lot of times the woman is the main one paying all the rent, the gas, the light, the phone, the food, the bill. You know, he might be able to pay the light bill, like Halle Perry said, but usually the whole thing falls on the woman. Then throw in 3 or 4 or 5 kids, daycare, rent, gas, light, phone, food. Unexpected things can pop up that can eat into your money. So it says here, University of Michigan research reveals stark racial gaps in post-poverty divorce. 35% of Black women versus 23% of white women with Michigan law offers. So it says here, a landmark University of Michigan study published in the Journal of Family and Economic Issues found that 35% of Black women and 32% of Hispanic women fall below the poverty line after divorce compared to 23% of white women, revealing that post-divorce economic devastation in Michigan and nationally hits hardest along racial lines, making spousal support and equitable property division not just legal tools but economic lifelines. So we all know when the Black woman marries Daquan, he's benefiting from her. But I have never seen a Black woman get anything after the divorce. They usually end up dirt poor, bottom of the barrel, broke, working 2 or 3 jobs. And like I said, I have helped so many Black women to get on their feet that I have lost count. So it's just not here. Let me click on this right here. Look at there. I took a deep look at how married Nigerian women suffer from poverty. So it's just not Black American women. It's global. It
is global. Yeah. So now we're going to get into it.
Now, what do we have here? I guess Black women learn when they're in the ground. I guess they just learn when they're no longer here and somebody has to, take care of your children. Man convicted of killing ex-girlfriend days after prison release. So, fair use. Let's watch.
In Prince George's County, a man has been...
This is what the Manosphere Red Pill teaches men to do. You don't say it directly. Coach Greg Adams doesn't say it directly. Angry Man doesn't say it directly. They don't go out there and say, oh, yeah, put her in the ground. But it's the combinations of what they say. It's their psychology, their subliminals that cause men to devalue other women to the point where if the women, for some reason, get on those men's nerves,
convicted for killing his ex-girlfriend. The murder happened just days after he was released from jail and put on house arrest for allegedly assaulting her. Fox 5's Shamari Stone spoke with the victim's family members following the conviction.
Tonight, Sharita Criswell's mother is pleased with the verdict, but it doesn't bring back her daughter. She misses her every day. 33-year-old Harry Lindsay was found guilty of first-degree murder for killing Sharita Criswell, the mother of his 2 daughters, inside an apartment in Landover last July. The two had been in an on-again...
Red pill results, y'all. Red pill results.
Off-again relationship. During the 4-day trial, prosecutors were able to convince the jury that the murder was premeditated. A few weeks before the killing, Prince George's County Police had arrested Lindsay for allegedly trying to strangle Sharita, but he was released from jail over prosecutors' objections, put on house arrest, and the judge ordered him to stay away from her. You're now going to hear from Sharita Criswell's mother and the Prince George's County State's attorney reacting to the verdict.
I feel so much better right now, but this don't take away the pain that I endure. That'll never go away. I want to say today is a day I never asked for, but it's a day I needed. My daughter should be here. She should have a voice, a future, a life.
This case reinforces an important message to anyone suffering from domestic violence abuse. Please come forward and report it. You are not alone.
Lindsay's sentencing is on July 24th. Prosecutors say a first-degree murder conviction is life in prison. Prosecutors will talk to...
Look at that. He ruined his own life, too. What? Congratulations, Red Pill. Congratulations, Red Pill. Let's keep it on. We got more.
You have 2, 3, 4, 3 now. Had 5.
Despite the barbarity, this heartless father's laugh over the murder of his children turns him into an inhumane clown, relishing every moment for an evil reason.
Congratulations, Manosphere Red Pill. You taught this man to do this.
Witnessing Henry's attitude drives the investigator toward one absolute goal, making sure he is held accountable for his viciousness toward his family.
You've been a cop for 18 years and seen a lot of shit. This is the worst.
The brutality spanned out on November 20th, 2010, when 27-year-old Brandy Peters and one of her 6-year-old twin daughters, Tamia Peters, was shot to death at 908 Saddle Creek Run in Tallahassee, Florida. Her other twin daughter, Tanaya Peters, and 3-year-old Javante Segura, who was also Henry's biological son, were submerged in the bathtub. On the night of the murders, Brandy's 32-year-old ex-boyfriend Henry was at her residence to spend time together. However, the morning after the murders, Henry contacted a friend and went to his place to play football and shoot a bow. Shortly after the murders, a neighbor requested the police for a welfare check at Brandy's residence, where they finally made the gruesome discovery. Some time after the murders, Henry left Florida and started living and working in Minnesota, where he was finally taken into custody about 10 months later. Finding DNA evidence indicating his incrimination, Henry was brought in for questioning. But little did the investigators know that a highly twisted case was right in front of them.
Do you have any idea why you're here?
Yeah. So, I found out, I'm guessing why, Brandy Peters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the girl who braids my hair. She braided my son's hair. Her daughter is a godchild to a girl that lives right next door to Brandy. And I'm guessing Brandy's, no. The girl braided my hair, her daughter is some girl that lives next door to Brandy, is her guard mom or something like that. So she said that Brandy's mom and them
Seems like a nice guy, huh?
over to their house and told them this morning. When I called her about getting my son's hair, she told me.
Okay, what'd she tell you?
That Brandy and the kids, someone killed them this morning.
That's true.
Second son I lost.
Second son you lost? What happened to your first son, if I may ask?
He just didn't wake up one morning, 11 months old.
They SIDS or?
He had breathing problems. He was born premature.
Mm-hmm.
He was home doing fine. He was on the breathing machines and all that stuff. And one morning he just didn't wake up.
Was that here in Tallahassee?
Yes, sir.
Sorry to hear that. And I'm sorry for what happened today. Do you have any idea who would want to hurt these people?
Girl Pint, one who does my hair.
They call these women hyenas. They call these women quiches. They call these women every derogatory name they can get away with. They call these black women names that would, if a white person said it, would get them in hot water. That's why he did what he did. Because it shows a barometer of the lack of empathy these men have for their own women.
She was saying somebody thought my son was with some other guy, and she said that the two girls, the kids, were killed. My son wasn't found in the house, and she said she think that he's with some guy who she's saying is his daddy, and something like that.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
I don't know for sure.
Is Dewan your son?
No.
No? Javante. Is he your son?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How old is Javante?
3.
Okay. Javante is in the house.
He was in the house. He in the house? Well, I mean, he was in the house, found in the house.
He's in the house.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to tell you, but he passed away.
Yeah, she told me that.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He can care less his child passed away.
She told me that they found the girls and the boy wasn't in the house. They think that he's with his dad or some guy she's claiming was his dad or something. So when the girl Pint, who's doing my son's hair, then when I went back over there, she said, no, they did find him in the house. So I don't know what else she said.
Over there? Do you know Pint's real name? Do you know, how do I get a hold of her?
Well, she's the one she's my son's. She's braiding my son's hair. Her daughter is, I don't know, her daughter is the girl who knows Brandy, godmother. And she knows, I don't know, I guess Brandy's mom,
fast forward.
She had to go pick the twins up at 2:50. So I left, it was right before that. That was Wednesday.
May I ask what you're doing here? What's going on?
Just saying it Wednesday.
Okay.
Staying around. Me and her don't have no relationship no more than like that. Just that saying.
Okay. How much do you have to pay a month?
So the point I want to point out is that she let him in her house. She didn't go to his.
Child support, if I may ask.
I get $800 or something.
To Brandy? Mm-hmm.
The paperwork is what you call it? I guess the paperwork, just everything just got granted to start the child support.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like $800 or something.
And when did the judge tell you had to start paying?
I didn't have to go to court. They just put it in.
Right. So is it like they automatically take it out of your check, or you actually have to write a check?
He's expecting my intestines to be all tore up, so that's why they cut me from here to here. They found a bullet down here somewhere.
They said they removed the bullet?
Yes, sir.
Do you know where in Mississippi you were shot?
Yep. Long Beach. Yeah, she sent me forwards. With them crazy text messages.
Mm-hmm.
Man with a man.
You were over there on Wednesday. Did you share anything about like what's going on with her? Any problems she's having or anything like that?
She ain't off from that and had an accident.
So she didn't really talk to you about anything? Good.
In the hopes of getting a confession.
I got a temper sometimes.
You do have a temper? Ever take it out on her before?
Yeah, my wife gets arguments every now and then, but haven't had one in a while.
Okay. Ever hit her before?
No, I didn't hit her. I grabbed her and I think I pushed her one time and.
What set you off?
I don't even remember what we was arguing about. The police came out there, it was a big damn hoorah.
Say again?
It was a big hoorah. Police come out. It really wasn't nothing, just had a little altercation.
How many times the cops been out to your house?
Once.
Just once?
Yeah. Been there 4 years.
Okay. What about with Brandy? How many times the cops been out to your house?
The time I broke the window, the cops came over there.
Any other time? What about with any other incidents, whatever?
I got some battery charges on my record.
Did you hear that?
Local or
some local stuff?
What about throughout the United States? Any other issues? So pretty much all of your when you blow up, I have a temper problem. It's locally here.
I guess you put it that way.
No, it's fine. I don't know what you do. I'm riding the truck with you. You have no idea who would want to hurt Brandy. And you were there a couple of days ago, and she hasn't expressed that she was in any form of danger whatsoever. I have no idea why someone would kill her and her children. This is a real tragedy, and the communities have a lot of questions and a lot of concern about what's going on with this case. Yeah, the pressure has been turned up.
Yeah, she stays in a pretty nice neighborhood. Seems like.
Do you have any idea why someone would want to do that?
whatsoever.
Yeah, I understand. It's one thing, you're pissed off at somebody for something, but children.
According to the investigators and Brandy's relatives, Henry likes to play around with women, with a history of using burner phones to hide his activities. However, the inconsistencies arise.
Sounds familiar, huh? Sounds familiar. That's a dangerous way to live your life.
The evidence. Forensic evidence links Angel Avila Quinones, a known drug trafficker, to Brandy's bedroom, though his 2009 deportation raises questions. Vice Lord's gang member James Carlos Santos claims prison-ordered killings, pointing to cartel ties. Yet his schizophrenia and history of false confessions make him unreliable. In addition, Henry's DNA on the bathtub grab bar points to his guilt, though his defense claims it's from an earlier visit. Besides, 5 sets of shoe prints contradict the lone killer narrative. Despite strong circumstantial evidence, Henry's precise role isn't definitive. All this brings us to one question. Was there actually more than one killer in this massacre? Henry's first trial took place in 2017, when the prosecutors claimed him to be the only perpetrator behind the quadruple homicides. However, there was a chance for a Mexican drug cartel to have committed these murders. All this inconclusiveness led to a hung jury, which further contributed to a mistrial. But on November 19, 2019, Henry was tried again, and following his retrial, he received 4 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole on December 3, 2019 in Tallahassee, Florida.
Wow. I like to say, check this out. Check this out. So basically, let's talk about what's going on in the chat, because there's a lot chopping up. For some reason, I don't know why Immortal Sigma brought up China, but he did. And New Dawn for you replies and says this: Korean women's 4B, no relationships with men, no marriage, no sex, and no children has led to the lowest birth rates. Women are not chasing men into marriage. So, Immortal Sigma, she's an extremely intelligent woman. So she just basically told you what was going on. So yeah, that's basically what's going down. Somebody told you a myth, Sigma, and this young lady right here just broke it down for you perfectly. You should thank New Dawn for giving you facts and not fakes. So let's break it down. Here we go again. Pretty Black Misha. She's on it. When it comes to crime stories, she's one of the best in the business. If you want to see what's going on in our community, definitely check out Pretty Black Misha. Here we go.
Here, another Tyrone that went off on the deep end and shot the children and the mother inside their Richmond home, and he's on the loose. Fair use. Let's watch.
Shot 3 people, killing 1 of them. Welcome to the news at 6. I'm Julie Bragg. Even though police believe this was a domestic situation, our Joy Foltz tells us why they say the public is still continuing to be at risk.
We saw the police cars this morning.
Late Tuesday morning, neighbors in the 3100 block of 5th Avenue in Richmond stepped outside to see police cars and crime scene tape surrounding a house where police say 3 people were shot.
Definitely shocking to hear about it. This has all happened.
The tragic incident leaving 1 man dead and both a woman and child in critical condition. A statement from Richmond Public Schools confirming the 18-year-old that died was a John Marshall student, and the others that were hurt were part of the Henderson Middle School and Overby Shepherd Elementary School families.
First individual, age 18, was pronounced deceased on scene. We have a 14-year-old female with what are considered life-threatening gunshot wounds at this time, taken to a local hospital, as well as a 38-year-old female with life-threatening gunshot wounds, also taken to a local hospital.
I'm heartbroken. I was definitely crying this morning. 14-year-old girl being shot and an 18-year-old boy's end of life. He didn't get to live the rest of his life.
The man suspected of shooting them, 41-year-old Levy Nelson, who police say left the scene and is still on the run.
And this is weird because what's weird about this is how all the men, all the Black Manosphere men focused on the white dude who took out Ashley. They focused on him so hard and everything. And they started talking smack and see, she was a divester and all this kind of shit, ignoring all of this on the screen going on. And for every single non-Black person who deletes a Black woman, 10 Black men send Black women to the upper room. But you guys don't see that as a problem. It's the one non-Black person you got a problem with. And instead of saying we need to stop this from happening, oh, by the way, we need to talk to our brothers who are doing this shit. Instead of doing that, you literally laughed at her. Okay, you literally laughed at her and then made examples. Well, she's a divester. She got what she was supposed to get. So how about these Black women here who were non-divestors? There are more non-divestors passing away than there are those who are divestors passing away by 10 to 1. So now what the fuck? Now what? So what are you going to do? There are more non-divesting women being sent to the upper room more than there are divesting women. It's unfortunate, but it's true. It's safer to divest for women. If they wanted to, it's safer. It's a sad truth. So instead of you going into the community and trying to fix the problem, what do? You laugh at the one divesting woman who passed away. It's like 90% of the time, it's a non-divesting woman who's being sent to the upper room. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Watch some more Kevin Samuels films. Watch an Angry Man film or Coach Greg Adams film. Watch them laugh at Black women and get worse. Is that what you're going to do? Is that your answer? Or maybe calling women, hyenas? Maybe calling women quiches? Maybe calling women some derogatory name that if somebody said that to you, you would get angry. And maybe even do stuff that you see on the screen right here.
We have warrants for the perpetrator in this case, and we need the public's help. Through the use of our technology, through license plate recognition, we've been able to identify the vehicle used in the getaway of this crime. 2006 Ford F-150, gray in color. It's a pickup truck with a toolbox in the back.
Police added that Nelson and the 38-year-old woman who was shot had a romantic relationship and shared kids together.
There were no prior 911 calls for this address. That doesn't mean that there wasn't previous domestic violence. So we're asking people, if you know someone in your family or someone you love that has experienced domestic violence, they need to get help. They need to start by involving police departments, but there's so many other social services that can participate so we can avoid tragedies like this in the future.
Mayor Avula also addressing the horrific incident in a statement that reads in part, Richmond Police Chief Rick Edwards and his team are fully engaged, and we expect more information soon. Right now, I ask our community to keep the victims in your prayers.
Again, police say the suspect is driving a gray truck with the license plate THV5063. So if you see him...
Let's get Cindy in the mix. Let's break it down right now. Here we go.
Black man that killed is it 8 kids? And
okay, wait, let me get this on screen. Oops. Didn't want to do that. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second to bring this back up. Move this back just a bit. Right there. Here we go. Sinji has a conversation with a man from England. Let's listen to another point of view, and then Sinji will reply.
No, it won't let. Oh yeah, well, okay. There I pinned your comment. So now the link should be pinned. It should be pinned. Okay, so now the link is pinned. So y'all can definitely come up and I would encourage y'all. Okay, so here you are. Here you are up here.
Hello, Cynthia.
Hello, Cynthia. Hey.
There's a big hello.
Hello.
Yeah, it's still an echo. Right. Okay. So yeah, I only just dropped in this conversation halfway through. So all I can gather from there that you was talking about a black man that killed is it 8 kids and his baby mother or something? Sorry, I only came in halfway through the conversation. So when you was talking about all black men will delete you, and I said, like, not all black men are like that. You know, there are some decent black men out there, but you're talking generalities that like all black, there's absolutely no good black men out there at all. So that's what I was answering to, and it sort of riled up a few of your listeners, and they say like, I'm just doing it for attention. I said, no, I'm not doing it for attention. So like, there's plenty of black men out there that are decent, that are good, that ain't gonna want to wild out.
Now,
kill.
notice how you use the word some and not a lot. Keyword, some, not a lot.
Other black women just for the slightest little thing.
So tell me where these black men are and what are their actions that show that they are good black men?
Every day. You know what I mean? They might not be the black men that you like, that you might want.
So let me reword the question, because you're not answering the question because I don't think you understand the question. And what I'm asking is, if it's not black, or if all black men are not a problem, where are the non-problematic ones, and what are they doing to show that they are not problematic?
Well, you see,
where are they? What are they doing? Those are the two things.
Okay, they're all around you. I mean, I don't know what state in America you are, but let's just say I'm in London here, yeah? And there might be the road sweeper, there might be the bus driver, the office worker. They're basically all the ones that are not in jail.
The bus driver. All the ones that aren't in jail.
All right, I won't say all the ones.
Hold on, so a man not being in jail means he's a good man?
I was about to say.
Yeah, see, the problem with that is that, think about it, the men that are not in jail, but the men that are in jail aren't the ones doing the deleting. So, I mean, you can't delete from jail. I mean, I guess you could. I mean, Diddy tried to, right? But let's keep it going. Here we go.
Not bad and that. But the thing is, you'll see nice men.
Okay, I know. I don't see any. Hold on. I don't see any good black men. So to me, there are no good black men. Now, direct me and guide me. Hold on. I'm still talking. Don't disrupt me. So I don't see any good black men. I don't see them. So if you know where they are, tell me how do I identify them by looking at them? How do I identify him? Because we don't know his background. We don't know what he got going on. So how do I identify the good black men? What are the identifiers? A job is not one.
That was an excellent question. because these dudes want to keep on getting on here saying, oh yeah, well, you should have chose better. You should have chose better. And then, so it's fine. Cynthia, she goes, fine. I need to choose better. Where are the good black men? Where should I, asking a black man, where are all the good black men? Watch what the answer is. This is going to be very interesting. Here we go.
Right. I don't know how you identify a good man, whether it be black or white. There's not got nothing written on their head. Suppose it's just someone.
So how do you know they're there? So you don't know how to identify them, but you know they're there?
Yeah, of course they are.
Okay, so how do we identify them? How are you identifying them?
Well, I identify by talking to them. And if you've got any good sense, especially at our age, right, you'd be able to know if someone's arms out or not. You know what I mean? If someone's going on foolishness, you just drop them. But there are some genuine men out there. And I'm not just limiting this to black men. I'm talking this about all men, white men, black men as well. The friends that
we're not talking, so I think you're confused. We're talking specifically about black men. There wasn't a white man who just exterminated this black family. That was a black man. Every single case that we're going to go over is a black man. Statistically, white men come nowhere close to harming black women and children at the rate that black men do. So we're not gonna talk about all men. We're gonna talk specifically about black men. And if you cannot tell me how to identify a good black man, if you can't identify a good black man, stop saying they're good. Because you're basically living in fantasy land. You have a fantasy that there's good black men. If you cannot prove it, don't say it. Because over here, we prove it. Give me some proof. Give me a statistic. Give me a closing identifier. Give something that would identify the good black man if you're going to say he exists. Prove it.
Well, I can't.
Why Seeking Knowledge nails it perfectly. Look at Clay. That is extremely difficult when they possess such deceitful natures. Yet Clay, I mean, he seemed like he was all in, didn't he? And look, and it's not like, he only cheated on Megan with one woman or something like that. He didn't even see Megan as a woman or any women as a woman. He sees them as conquests. That's what's in his diary. That's what's in a lot of men's diary. And that's why it's dangerous out there for black women, because if you have a lot of men who think of women as being objects or lower or beneath them, that makes a very dangerous situation. There are good black men out there. The problem is there aren't nearly enough. There's just not enough to the point where it's making a big difference in our community. Our community is the barometer. Yes, racism is definitely a negative identifier. But after that, we should still be doing a lot better than what we're doing right now. And we should be treating our women a lot better than we're treating them right now. That's the problem. So fine. I mean, black men may not have the same amount of money or the same good jobs or anything. So very well said. Very well said, Phoenix Soul. It's good to see you. So Russell is all we got so far. It's just Phoenix, man. It's sad to say. It's sad to say. And it's funny because Phoenix, I'm glad you brought him up, because he's the one black man that most black men shame. He's like the joke simp of black male society. And instead of heralding him as the epitome of what a black man should be, they call him names. The one man that we know that is probably loyal. And look at how we treat him. Let Cynthia G get more in. Here we go.
can't say how you can identify a black man just by looking at him. And I can't.
Okay, then concede that there isn't any. Then concede that there isn't any. If you can't tell me how to identify the good ones, then concede that there are none.
Of course there is.
Okay, goodbye. Because you're again, if you can't tell me how to identify them, if you keep saying that they are here, I'm gonna drop you because I don't deal with fantasy-driven men.
And she's got a good point. I mean, if you're gonna shame black women for we should have chose better or whatever you want to call it, right? Though you first you say black women should choose better, and then you say, oh yeah, they should choose the light bill guy or they should choose a bus driver. Well, where are the less sociopathic light bill guys and where are the less sociopathic bus drivers? That's all she's asking is how do you define if you want to disrespectfully tell women they should choose better men that are black, right? Because you made it clear you don't want them to choose other races of men. You made that clear when Ashley Janae came around, right? So then how do they choose? How can you help black women choose good men? Because Kevin Samuels, right? All those black women went to Kevin Samuels begging for him to tell them how to find good black men. What did he do? Well, at least he didn't throw those black women into a car door window, like a glass window, like he did his own daughter. But aside of that, how did he teach anybody anything but violence? Where did he teach a woman? Oh man, yeah. What you want to do is ask him this question, ask the man this question, then ask the man this question, and then ask the man this question. And if these questions come out like this, then he's not a good man. Did Kevin Samuels ever reason with women like that? No, he didn't. It was all entertainment, and that's all it was. He was a shit dating coach. He wasn't even a dating coach. He was an abuse coach. He taught what he knew to other men. And the results are showing out in the streets today. Same with Coach Greg Adams. Same with Angry Man. Same with Anton. Same with Lapeef. Same with all of those clowns. If Cynthia G asked all you fools the same question, you'd be bumbling up here just like this man right here. And at least this man is trying. He's trying, but there's just, where do you go? You don't know. So if you don't know how to tell a black woman how to find a good black man, shut the fuck up.
And anything outside of proof, hold on, anything outside of proof is a fantasy, as far as I'm concerned. You either have the proof or you don't. So what is your proof of these good black men?
Is there a way that a man can prove that he's good?
How do we identify the good black men?
Yeah, well, I'm asking you, is there a way that we can prove that we're good to you? Is there a way that you can see that is good enough for us to prove that we're good?
Why is he asking her how to find a good black man? She's asking you, bro. She's asking, you got your chance to prove that there are good black men out there by simply giving her a good answer. Let's go.
Very good.
I don't see black men doing anything that says they're good. The statistics don't say they're good. The marriage data doesn't say they're good. Every statistical piece of data says the exact opposite. Now, you are saying that there are tons of black men around here, despite all the statistics that say they abandon their children the most, they're the most likely to toe tag a woman and her children. The familial home is the unsafest place for a woman to be, especially with a black man. They don't provide for their kids. Domestic violence rates, shooting up all the communities, no economic power. All of the evidence say that there are no good black men. You are saying that they are, so identify him.
Well, I've got a son and I provide for him.
Uh-oh. She hit the wrong button. But that's basically, let me pause right there. Let's see if he comes back on. So basically, it's like this. Let me see what she's saying here.
It already covered women. It said that's 10%. Now, I want to know what percentage of that has to do with a black man. That's a separate conversation. But nonetheless, female offenders were 10% of such black victim homicides. The older Bureau Justice statistics pattern strongly supports the conclusion that the overwhelming majority of black female victims killed by men are not by white supremacists. They are not by white supremacists or even white men. They are not. So if you want it stripped down, black men toe tag black women far more often than white supremacists do, and it is not a close statistical contest. The strongest current hard count I can give you is 733 black females were killed by males in 2023. Only 8 of them came from white men. Only 8 out of 733.
So I was wrong. In 2023, 733 black women were toe tagged. Of that, only 8 were deleted. Oh yeah. Okay. No, I was actually on point. That comes out that basically I was on point. 1 out of every 10. We can just round it off.
There's no comparison. There's no comparison. We don't lie over here. We don't lie over here. When we look at U.S. homicide data, most victims are toe tagged by someone of the same race. For black women, the overwhelming majority of the offenders are black men. This isn't about demonizing anyone. It's just how the statistics break down. White men do not make up a larger share of toe tagging black women. They don't. They don't. And they're saying if you want exact percentages, the FBI's Uniform Crime Report is where you will go.
If you want to see the rest, definitely go over to Cynthia G's channel or her Patreon. Let's break down another symptom we have in our community. And that symptom's name, Corey Holcomb.
All right, here we go. Corey Holcomb is one of the most bipolar content creators I think I've ever seen on this platform. I don't think I've ever seen anybody flip back and forth, and perform the type of gymnastics that Corey does on a weekly basis. And at this point, it's become just like a train wreck, right? It's like a train wreck that you just can't turn away from. It's like you passing by and you see a terrible accident that has happened. And it's like, damn, this looks terrible. But
now, I don't know. I don't, Millionaire Money Minds, I don't know him. I came across this video. I thought I'd say, let's see what he says about Corey Holcomb. So I'm learning along with you. And this is one black man speaking on the reputation of another black man. So let's let him rock. Let's let him cook.
You just can't turn your head away from the train wreck, right? A week ago, we found out that he was getting served paperwork by the women of the Daniels family, and that he'd have to stand on everything he said about an underage minor on his platform with hundreds of thousands of people that were going to view that content.
I don't know what they will try to set me up with unless they lie and say, oh, Corey Holcomb's this, Corey Holcomb that, which they have done. But set me up and all that is going to be hard to get me. Even like somebody said, I'm getting sued. Okay, I'm getting sued. I mean, everything I did, that episode was, what's the shit when it's good? That episode is monetized. Ain't nobody name on that shirt.
Actually, Corey, it's worse if you monetize a tort-based action.
And so we thought he'd address it last week on his podcast, but he chose to take the roundabout way of talking about it. Right? He didn't say anything directly. All he said was the most he said was that, hey, I guess I'm getting served paperwork. All right,
give me the paperwork. Give me the paperwork. Give me the paperwork.
That's the most he would say, right? So without really saying anything worthwhile, he basically confirmed that, yes, he's being sued and will have to contend with this legal matter in court at some point. So then he comes onto his panel again this week. And instead of positioning himself as the gangster from Chicago that he says he is and that he wants you all to believe that he is, by going exactly at his opponent directly, one Anton Daniels, he chose to go the I didn't say no names route. right? Corey's so gangster though, but he can't say no names.
Oh, wait, Corey is gangster. Let me show you how Corey is gangster. Give me 1 second. Let me show you how Corey is gangster. Here we go. Let me show you this. It's bad enough a black man hitting a black woman, especially these days, but he literally like cold cocked her.
So the bitch steady yelling, yo, you should have died on that scooter, all that shit like this. So I muffed the bitch. I walked up to the bitch, shut the fuck up. That's what we call it in Chicago, when you push a bitch in the head. I muffed the bitch. Look, if I go to jail, because that's an assault. I found out if you do this to somebody, that's...
He's got bigger problems than Anton Daniel, really, quite honestly.
It's an assault. If I go to jail for assault, I ain't scared to go to jail for...
Exactly, Phoenix. He's a gangster with women.
Assault? I don't have it. It was like, oh, you don't want this tape to come out. Give a fuck about no tape, nigga. Nigga, I'm gonna show the tape for you. I show the tape. I got the tape. This fake ass lying bitch said I punched her, huh? Well, that tape ain't gonna show that.
Okay. I'll concede that you didn't punch her, but you muffed her, and you admitted that it was you. You admitted, bro, that you assaulted her. What's the difference? Shit. You
push a bitch in the head. I muffed the bitch. So the bitch steady yelling, yo, you should have died on that scooter, all that shit like this. So I muffed the bitch. I walked up to the bitch, shut the fuck up. That's what we call it in Chicago.
He walked up to her, so he wasn't defending himself.
When you push a bitch in the head, I muffed the bitch. Look, if I go to jail, because that's an assault. I found out if you do...
He said, this is not AI. This is not AI. He said that. One more time, then we'll move forward.
We call it in Chicago when you push a bitch in the head. I muffed the bitch. Look, if I go to jail, because that's an assault. I found out if you do this to somebody, that's an assault. If I go to jail for assault, I ain't scared to go to jail for assault. I don't have it. It was like, oh, you don't want this tape to come out. Give a fuck about no tape, nigga. Nigga, I'm gonna show the tape for you. I show the tape. I got the tape.
Don't worry about it. I got the tape too. I just played it. Here we go, bro.
This fake ass lying bitch said I punched her, huh? Well, that tape ain't gonna show that.
Okay, so he admits to assaulting her. He just doesn't like the style, the way that he doesn't like the way A muff is special. Muffing a woman in his mind is different. It's more special. It's not a regular punch. It's still, he said it's still an assault, but it's not a punch. It's still assault. And he still says that he can go to jail for it. But so I'll concede that he did not. You muffed. It was a karate. Because think about it. There's karate. There's actually a palm strike you can do. I think that's what he said he did. Really was a palm strike. He doesn't realize that's actually used in karate a lot. You can use your palm to hurt people. Because the problem with when you clench your fist and you hit somebody with your fist, there's a very good chance you might break a finger. Yeah. So what the palm, the bone is bigger at the base of your palm. So that's used, they use that to break bricks. So he literally told, without knowing, that he was using a more effective way of hurting somebody by muffing them, not by hitting them. But he understands that it's still assault. This is the mindset of a lot of men out there. They think their form of violence is okay.
That tape ain't gonna show I punched her. That tape gonna show I walked up to the bitch and muffed her. They thought I would be scared to say what I did. I'm telling you what I did. And I'll turn myself in.
Fair.
Ain't nothing. Let me pause it right there. So really, quite honestly, when you think about it, and Anton's flimsy case, and it's, why are we even calling it Anton's? Technically, it's not Anton's case. It's really his wife's and his daughter's case. But we all know he put them up to it. We know that he's not suing them. He should not even care. And it's funny, and don't you find it ironic that one of the men who disrespect black women the most is suing another man for disrespecting black women? That is just the man who says that black women should be thrown out with their children, which would be his daughter, thrown out with the bathwater. Bathwater boy then turns around and sues Corey for what he said Corey should do. Wasn't he throwing the woman that wasn't Corey when he struck that woman? Wasn't he throwing that woman out with the bathwater? You see you see the code language? Do you see the code language now? See all these killers out here, killers are just mushing or throwing black women out with the bathwater, aren't they? Right? I mean, what's your view of throwing black women out with the bathwater? And these men taught them. These men taught these monsters out here how to act. Don't get me wrong, this has been going on for a long time, but let's just say these red pill dudes have enhanced this situation. Instead of, wouldn't it have been better if those two black men, Anton and Corey, when Anton went over to Corey's spot, that they had a nice little misogynistic conversation, at least for the sake of being peaceful black men to other black men? They couldn't even do that. That should have told you everything you needed to know about the Black Manosphere. And I'm being extremely specific. It's all about them mofos, because unfortunately, it appears that they are the majority of the men out there. It's the number one genre on YouTube that black men go to. It's not tech. It's not job. focus or job security. It's not on how to treat your wife good. No, it's how to treat Black women bad. That's the number one genre on YouTube for Black men. That should be frightening to a lot of people. That should frighten a lot of you. That should be concerning to a lot of you, that the number one genre is disrespect to Black women and worse. You want to see some more? Let me show you some more.
Fair. They say it's a fair and they take you to court.
You can't
These
fight me.
suckers out here. I'm too grown to do all that fighting. I ain't saying I'm a
Wait a minute. Did he just say he's too grown to do that fighting? And I just showed you a clip of him. Well, it wasn't really a fight. It was really what he said, which was an assault. He said it, not me.
Above a fight. But what I'm saying is, if I say
he has no problem, he doesn't want to fight with men. No. He wants to muff women.
I don't want to fight you, leave me alone. I'm doing you a favor when I say that.
Yeah.
Hey man, I don't want to fight you, man.
You
Leave
didn't
me
do that woman a favor, did you? You didn't do that woman a favor, did you?
alone. Again, I forgot I should say as we start the show. Thing popping, you can't kick it in public because somebody looking for that.
So,
and she was.
So now, two lowlifes, Fawcett and Corey, want to talk about a woman who had one of her best hits just released. What was it? Baddie, whatever that song is. Now, I'm a little bit too old for it, but, it's got a beat to it, and it got popular. Let's see if it comes up here.
Or whatever.
Yeah. And instead of talking about, oh yeah, Ice Spice, she had that hit and everything, they want to bring up this altercation, which was quite weird. It was weird. And what's funny is these monsters use it as an opportunity to disrespect both women. And here's the funny part. These fools have 100-to-1 ratio of men attacking women over women attacking women. That's not 20-to-1. There's double the amount of examples they could show of men assaulting women. But they have something to talk about with women assaulting women. You know why? Because they as you saw, Mr. Muff. And it's funny to me that Mr. Muff is even bringing this up. You would think he would stay 1,000 yards away from something like this since, he's done worse. Well, let's watch these bozos work.
And she was in a McDonald's and the girl walked up. She walked up to the girl she was with first. And I know she was doing that to check the temperature.
Yep.
Once she found out she wasn't on nothing, she walked up to Ice Spice, kept getting closer. Voila.
And I bet she was.
And the funny thing is this: it's old, Fawcett media. It's funny how he brought this up, but he didn't. He had no problem with Corey. He actually defended Corey muffing that woman. At least. Corey is like 6'3" and he's overweight. So, he beat up a woman that maybe on a good day was 5'3", 5'4", maybe. Half his weight at least. But no, Fawcett Media wants to bring this shit up. Fawcett Media wants to bring this shit up instead. That's how demonic these dudes are.
Surprised that there wasn't any security around, that Ice Spice didn't have a barrier in between her and the public. I think that's the main reason she pulled it. She was kind of like Corey said, taking the temperature. But once she realized there was no resistance, it was open season. And now she gonna go in there and get her issue.
Not as
with-
much as open season as black men on black women, though. Bro, you didn't want to talk about that shit, did you? You didn't want to talk about open season of what black men do to black women on a daily basis. Shoo. All that Clay did to Megan, at least she got out alive. Shit.
With Ice Spice, of all people. Ridiculous.
At first, and I know she was doing that to check the temperature. Once she found out she wasn't on nothing, she walked up to Ice Spice, kept getting closer. Voila.
What was it all about?
And see, why is he even criticizing a woman who hit Ice Spice with much less force than he hit his fellow comedian woman who was half his weight? That's the stupidity of this all. So people are going to be like saying, well, why are you criticizing that woman who hit Ice Spice when you've done the same thing not long ago? I mean, doesn't it? I guess that's why they call him 5150. See, 5150 means crazy. If you don't already know, that was something that came back way back in the 90s. 5150 was like, oh, you 5150, man. You know, that might have been the name of I got 5 on it. Yeah, I think that was the Loonies album name of 5150.
Who cares? Who cares? Let me ask you something. If that girl Ice Spice would have pulled out a goddamn it and ended the girl, is she wrong for that?
No.
If you don't know me and you hit me, I am not going to act like I got love for you. Don't.
So what he's saying is that this is how you know he's not even in the same world, because think about it. In his same world, that means that the female comedian that he muffed had every right to toe tag him. That's deep. That's deep. That is, man. This is gonna, okay, no, you know something? Okay, one more.
Well, another black woman has lost her life. She was gunned down right in front of her daughter by the baby daddy. I guess black women and mammies learn when they're on the ground. Fair use? Let's watch.
Now, people are remembering a mother gunned down in front of her daughter. Police say the father of Tanika Summers' daughter shot her as she pleaded for her life outside an apartment complex in Arcadia. The suspect, Eric Robinson, is also accused of shooting a grandmother, Barbara Bates, who witnessed the murder and was calling 911.
So why don't you fellas want to solve this problem here? She seemed pretty submissive. See, the submission thing was always a scam. Let's see if I got something funny to finish this up with. Yeah, let's go with something fun. This woman has grown on me right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it Zai Way. Here we go. Everybody, here we go. At first, I thought she was like, when we used her for Leslie, I thought she was being mean to Leslie, but she's like this with everybody, and it's actually quite hilarious. So it's kind of like Zai Way is kind of like they do skits, but then she actually asks genuine questions as well, and it's quite interesting. Here we go. Oh man. So anyway, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the show. I just wanted to make sure I lightened it up at the end because you know, this gets getting crazy out there. But definitely, as you can see what I got on the screen, YSC can definitely dropping knowledge in here. Phoenix Soul is doing an amazing job dropping her knowledge as well. And I thank you for this Sunday evening and joining with me. And let's go ahead, hit the beat. And don't forget to check out Zyway's channel. She's on Showtime and everything. So definitely give her a look. Here we go.
Love goes around. DJ Torch. And friends. It's about to go down, baby. Yeah. Round and around and around. Yeah. When love goes around, it comes around. It comes around. Can't stop it. When love goes around, it comes around. Here it
Shout out. Shout out. Shout out. Thank you, Phoenix. Phoenix, you have a great night as well. Phoenix Soul in the house. Why is Seeking Knowledge in the house? Why Seeking Knowledge has been dropping the knowledge tonight. Definitely check out the chats when you come to my channel, because I'm telling you, they drop some knowledge in there. Do done for you. Getting some tips out there. Ladies, watch out.
Hearts open wide when the love goes round. About to go down.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Love goes around, it lifts, it
The Signal is in the house.
Love goes around and everybody knows. Love goes around from me to you. Love goes around, it always comes through.
Henry Mars was in the house.
Love goes around. We share, we laugh, we grow. Respect the space.
Want everybody to have a good night. Let's take it to the hook. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Track by Ghost. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night.